Good morning. Welcome to River's Edge Homestead. This next project this summer here at the homestead is a new roof on the house, or cabin, or tiny home, or whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, my shingles are curled. I got some rot in the fascia boards, so I'm going to have to redo some fascia board work, and we're going to need to replace that roof. Now I'm going to go with a steel roof. Number one, the reason I go with a steel roof is because I do all this work by myself usually, and to have to strip shingles and put new shingles on, you're kind of caught in weather dependency. If it starts to rain on you and you got your shingles off, all of a sudden you got water coming into the cabin, whereas a metal roof can be done in stages. You leave the old shingles on, so if you happen to get caught in rain as you're only halfway down the roof, it isn't going to bother anything. But our first steps here are to replace fascia boards, and then we'll carry on with the actual roofing. I'm going to show you some of the tools I use to give you an idea of what you need around a homestead to do some sort of work. I use a compound miter sliding saw. Okay. I like this tool. Lets me cuts on angles, either in different forms, bevel or just a straight angle cut. I'm going to use an air nailer. So nowadays you can get battery nailers. When I bought this years ago, battery nailers were not at the point they are now, so I went with air. So along with an air nailer, I need to have my compressor. I like having a compressor around the homestead anyway, in case I got to put some air in the tire, drive my air tools. So I do have a compressor around, so I'm not upgrading the battery at this point because I see no need to waste money when I have a tool that does it anyway. Another tool I got, which is kind of funky, is an angle finder. Basically, you can take this tool, set the measure what the angle is that you need, and you can read the angle of what you need to cut that wood at. Little helpful tool, just a gizmo I picked up. I do find it useful. Okay, you're going to need a tape measure, pretty much standard fare. Going to need a hammer, some air nails. Okay, you're going to need a drill. It's going to do two things. It's going to help you install the roof by drilling the screws in, so you need a socket on that drill. Okay, you're also going to need some drill bits because you're going to want to pre-drill your roof while it's down so everything nicely lines up. And I have my handy dandy little grinder. If I got to do some major cuts on the metal roof to get around that chimney, I can use the grinder with a grinding wheel to do the cuts, or you can go the other option. You can use a set of tin snips. So these are some of the tools I'm going to use today, and I imagine I'm going to find a need for other tools, which I already forgot. Of course, you need ladders. You got to get up on that roof. You got to be able to get up high. So these are some of the investments you're going to need around the homestead to do some work on your own. Just to give you an idea of what I have. Not all of it stays at the homestead. A lot of it goes home with me because I am a part-time homesteader. So I have a house that I keep up at home, and I have my little homestead here that I work with. So most of these tools I have to plan ahead because I got to throw them in the back of the truck and bring them with me. Again, you have a good morning here at River's Edge Homestead, and I'll update you towards the end of the day on how far I got.